So how does Harness help customers build in security into their software delivery process?
Yeah, the Harness Security Testing Orchestration module, also known as Harness SEO, actually brings DevSecOps principles and CI/CD pipelines that encourages security, and in particular, the automation aspect of that throughout the software release process. It moves security earlier into the software delivery lifecycle, which is also known as shifting left. The actual Harness SEO module was built from the ground up, primarily for developers and DevSecOps in mind. And it helps empower teams to deliver the business value that they would like to get out of tools like this to increase their release velocity and also build in a greater element of security in their software deployments. The Harness SEO module is not a security scanner per se, but rather a security testing orchestration solution. It integrates with open source and AppSec testing scanners and basically collects all the disparate outputs and data from these scanners and orchestrates them. It basically normalizes, dedupes, correlates, and prioritizes the list of vulnerabilities, and then provides remediation action directly to developers, engineers, DevOps, DevSecOps, anybody that needs it. So the beauty of it is it significantly reduces the risk of potential AppSec vulnerabilities that make it into production.
Just out of curiosity, how many scanners do we support today?
Yeah, right now, over 40 scanners. We're looking at a lot of the leading commercial and popular scanners that are out there, whether they're static, dynamic, IAST, and also open source tools as well, because there are lots of open source tools that look at libraries.
Okay. And you've listed a lot of features of SEO. Is there any others you want to highlight?
A lot of companies basically don't have consistent policies and procedures to enforce security scanning through their software delivery pipeline. Basically, what we have is that we want to make sure that we can help companies in highly regulated environments with compliance and governance mandates. And the business value that SEO can bring is to help with audit compliance and comprehensive log audits. So for instance, Harness SEO has a built-in governance using OPA, the Open Policy Agent, and that provides flexibility to define policies as needed across an organization. You can easily define, say, for instance, what scanners need to be run at what stages, what constitutes a pass or a fail from the scanners, and make those changes to these policies as required.
Yeah, and it sounds like that's automated and kind of managed as code. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think the key word there is automation, right? We want to make sure that we take the toil away from the developers. There's a heavy workload and even more responsibility that developers face today. We want to take that away from them so that they can basically do their job of writing code and having that automated process to allow them to look at the data that's already been provided from them in a form that they can digest very easily and remediate is something that I think they would get a huge amount of benefit from.
Can you give an example of how SEO and maybe our CI/CD platform kind of works together?
Yeah, the SEO module integrates pretty seamlessly with our CI/CD platform. So for instance, if you've got code from CI that's being built and is going to be committed, you can actually run SEO. You can run a scan before the artifact's even built so that a developer can get that feedback much earlier on, to your point earlier about shifting left, that they get the feedback much earlier on. It improves the developer experience and also makes sure that developers don't have to wait until the very end of a process before something is about to go into production. And then they've got to kind of like go back and redo it again, which adds a lot of toil and cost.
Yeah, and operations can know that, hey, this artifact that's going through the pipeline, it's already been tested, which is just helps with accelerating the process. Because I think security gets a bad rap sometimes because it slows the process down. Whereas with Harness, we can make it so that things are secure and you can go fast.
Yeah, I think security's always had a bad rap because it's brought in at the very end of the process. I think the beauty that you see with SEO is that it's brought in much earlier into the process. that it can be viewed whether you're a security practitioner, a developer, an engineer, or even a CISO, to see what's going on, to see what's got approved and not approved, along with the governance that I talked about earlier, so that depending on your purview, whether you're in the operations team, the security team, or the development team, that you get to see things much earlier from a security standpoint.
Okay, thank you so much for showing how Harness is helping customers build in security with Harness STO.